Got some finished parts on Voron this morning. So here's the thing. Oftentimes, projects are just little things. They don't take a whole lot of time to put together, but they make a big difference. These are some printed parts for a computer stand. Over here, we got some printed parts for a Dremel tool stand. This is the situation. This is my workbench. I sit here. I got the computer up on this monitor. And then over here, we've got the computer up on this monitor. I did this trying to get the computer off of this area. But here's the thing. When you're sitting here trying to read anything on that little laptop is difficult. So what's the point of having two monitors if you can't read it? So we're going to make a little stand. Put the computer here, elevate it up off the surface so we can still put some stuff underneath of it. And then over here, we have the rest of the parts for the Dremel stand. Because as a person that spent 12 years as a goldsmith, using rotary tools kind of comes second nature to me. Right here, we've got the rest of the parts for our computer stand, the other half. So today, we're going to go ahead and put these together.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Projects in Dad's Garage. We're going to assemble some stuff today. So, laptop stand. Got this file off Thingiverse. Found it through Things. I've got no instructions, just some files. So we'll go ahead and see what we can do. So it looks like pretty straightforward. Laptop slides on here. But these are your braces. One at the bottom. One at the top. Looks like there's going to be some room underneath there. Slide keyboard up under there when it's not being used or whatever. But this is going to get the laptop down off the little table I built off the wall, which works to get it off of the work area, but not so much to get it usable as a second screen, which is kind of a pain in the butt. So just taking a look at this, looks like it uses some M3s. Looks like it's got some spaces for some M3 hex nuts. So we'll grab some of those. Just test that hypothesis. Looks like that's going to work. Let's clean this hole out a little bit. It's got something in there. Alright, that looks pretty good. This looks like it goes on the bottom. Let's see here. Looks like we're going to need a 20mm screw. We are running precariously low on 20mm. Grab a wrench and screw that through. This is a quick, easy project. I've got a little stand for Dremel bits, as you saw, and we're going to see about gluing that all together. That's a remix of another file. I didn't remix it. Someone else did. Oh, good. So, this screw is way too long. Which is perfect, because like I said, I'm running low on 20mm M3 screws. We'll go ahead and grab a different size. Hopefully one I have more of. So most projects you end up working on end up being simple things like this. Just quality of life improvements. Short, fast little projects. The big ones are always fun and exciting, but it's these little projects that really make the rest of the projects possible. The pegboard that you guys see in videos, it was a quick, easy project. The standoffs were 3D printed. Other than that, it's just a couple screws, piece of pegboard from Menards. Cost me $6 for the pegboard, and a couple minutes of time to put it up. The little standoffs took 3-4 minutes to print. No big deal. The standoffs did, however, save me from having to buy a $10 hardware kit to hang my $6 pegboard, so there's that. It's always nice. But it's things like that. All little bits, bobs to hold X-Acto knives and tweezers and screwdrivers and pens and SD cards and all that stuff on the pegboard, all that 3D printed. Like, those took some time, but you just, run them off. You don't have to necessarily those all off at once. You run them off as you get free printer time. And let's still do that. Just gonna make it so I get both computer screens. And have it up off my work surface a little bit. So I can still utilize some of that. Obviously, it's over in the corner, so I don't put a whole lot over there, but so it doesn't get all cluttered. Chances that this one takes the same size screws. I didn't even check. Not good. Not good at all. Alright, so what size screws does this one need? This one looks like it's actually going to need a 25 millimeter. Alright. Alright. I have a decent supply of 25s. Same way with this Dremel stand. Just, you're a lot less likely to grab the right tool for the job if it means that you have to go digging and unpacking and unboxing stuff. If the right tool is right there in front of you, you'll grab it. If not, you're gonna take something else and try to make it work. Well, that is a lifestyle that we're all probably very much familiar with is making what you have work. If you actually do have the right tool, why not use it? Alright, this should have been a 20. These little holes for the heads of these are deceptively deep. But like I said, I'm low on 20, so we're going to go ahead and maybe even an 18 will work. We're going to go ahead and keep using the 25. Because it's not going to affect anything. Pop that through. Grab a hold of that for a second. Right then. Push the nut out of the little hole for it. So, if you're curious, this is just printed out of black PLA. Nothing fancy, nothing special. The garage gets warm in the summer, so we'll see how well that holds up. But I didn't see any reason to make it out of ABS that I'm using for actual projects. Even though technically for Micro Center, ABS is cheaper by like $1. So I generally do make stuff out of that whenever I can. All right. So, again, here's this. Laptop will sit on here, fold up, and then space underneath. Put the keyboard up underneath there, or whatever. That's going to go in here. We'll get that all set up here in a bit. Now, take a look at this situation. And how we're going to assemble it. This is just printed out of some
white PLA. All right. Go grab the other piece. And this sit right down on top of there, like so. Now we can use a couple of these to line that up. I think that'll work. All right. So, interface layers on these, not the greatest. So I'm thinking some epoxy. Something that'll at least fill some of these gaps. Metal. Plastic bonder. Alright. Let's see. Some of this looks like it's going to be a pain in the butt to make sure it's lined up. Yeah. Definitely seems like some of it's going to be a pain in the butt. Let's start with the bottom. You know, it'd be great if they made those so that they'd only go on one way, so that the lids didn't mix hardener and resin accidentally. Alright, let's go. Mirror some of this one here. Just gonna try to center that up a little bit. Push that together. Make sure I didn't get any out the bottom.
And there's that. Let's take a look at level 2. Alright, I'm just gonna take and lay some epoxy here. Let's move this forward so you can see a little better. So down here in this corner, on the front piece, put some epoxy in there. Like I said at the beginning, I spent 12 years as a goldsmith, so using rotary tools, my main use was a Fordham flex shaft, which Harbor Freight has a flex shaft that I really want to get for the workbench. Because man, is it convenient just have a flex shaft hanging right here. You can just grab it, do what you need. But I went with the Dremel first because it's portable and I can take it to where I need it. I don't necessarily have to bring the job to the tool. I can bring the tool to the job. All right. There's that. This just sits on top of there. So, yeah. Put some glue here. Some glue over here. Then again, just some glue along this. That's going to be a problem. There's little drawers that go in here, so can't really have this inside of there. Put a little bit of epoxy in here. I want to make sure it doesn't get into the holes. All right. Now let's see about these. All right. Definitely gonna need some more glue though. Oh, they did. There's only one tab on one little side. So, if you see, maybe over in this camera, there's a little tab right there. There's not one on that side. So it does only go on one way. Fantastic. just gonna put a generous amount of this on the side of this. Focusing more on the top because while you can't see it from your angle, it really only touches at the top. Do the same thing over here on this side. Same thing, just some glue on mainly the top area where it actually touches another part. The bottom piece's dimensions are a little different. I don't know if that's just shrinkage because it's such a big part, or if that's an issue with the STL file. I don't know. But we're going to make it work. On it. Give her a little squeeze. Then got a couple other things here. So we got drawers that, oddly enough, have holes in them in the pulls, but nothing in the drawer. I'm not going to mess with that. We're going to take some of this. We're going to see how well this will hold this pull on. There's one. So, fun story. The old lady's out here yesterday, and she's been going to get her nails done since Valentine's Day. I got her a gift card to get her nails done for Valentine's Day, and she's been trying to maintain it ever since. Well, the nail salon, they use rotary tools. So she comes out and she sees this stuff sitting on the workbench out here, and she's like, "You have this stuff? You can just do my nails." It was very exciting. It was cute. I've tried to do her acrylic nails a few times. With little kits. And one, the amount of time that I spent trying to do that. Two, while she was very happy with the results, it was not results that I was particularly proud of. Ooh, I don't know about this. I might have to hold this for a couple seconds. Maybe some 1 minute epoxy, or I need to get activator for CA glue. Maybe some of the Star Bond. This stuff's pricey though. And if I'm buying it, I'm gonna want to get, the thick, the thin, the medium, the gap fill, all that stuff, and it adds up quick. I'm a bit of a completionist, so I'd almost rather not have it. at all versus only having part of it. I know, it's terrible. Oh, you know what? I wonder if Amazon has some CA glue activator. I'll have to look and see. Are you gonna hold? Let's give that a minute before we glue anything else. Let's take a look on Amazon. See if they got CA glue activator. I'm sure they do. Starbond is at the top of the list. Nice. $8 for some Kraken Wow super fast activator. We'll add that to the list. Alright, they seem to be holding. This glue's setting up a little bit, which is probably going to help our cause. One. These are just to hold wrenches on the back of this. Little cullet wrenches. Alright. So there's that. Let that dry. Set up. It says 15 minutes, but we're going to give it a little longer. Go ahead and stop this video because I got to unplug a whole bunch of stuff from the computer in order to move everything around. But then we'll go ahead and give you some B-roll of what what the computer stand looks like. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I try to respond to all the comments because I'm a small YouTube channel. So there's not so many of them that I can't. Till later. Now we got this stand all set up. Keyboard slides up underneath of it. Get the computer down off of there. Put my daughter's record player up there so she can jam out to some music while she hangs out here. Looks good. Alright, and here's the stand for the Dremel stuff. So, got everything put in there. Got some various abrasive discs, cut-off discs, and sanding wheels. And then around the back, we have some drawers with our extras. I like it. I think it's going to work perfect.